on the internet.
What's up, Mudpuppies? Welcome to another episode of Cryptid Files. Podcast that talks to you all about myths, legends, cryptids, monsters,
Scientologists,
folklore,
Mormons,
ghosts,
socks,
aliens.
Rabbits from space.
Have we ever done that?
I think we talked about it for a second. Probably. Because I brought up the part from the video game I played where there was rabbits in space.
Oh, yeah. And penises. Yeah, we talked about that. We're your hosts as always, Anthony and Charlie.
Yeah.
And tonight we're here to talk to you guys about gargoyles.
Yes.
But before we get into it, Charlie, what's been going on?
Not much, dude. Been hanging out.
Yeah.
I thought we were all going to die today. We didn't. That was cool.
That's good. Yeah, it's good we didn't die.
Nobody died today.
That's important.
Yeah. Well, not nobody died today. Some people did die today, obviously. But
okay, bring the mood down.
But, you know, none of them were like had any direct relation towards any of my actions or, you know.
You didn't cause anyone to die.
I didn't cause anyone to die. I'm not part of any type of death thing. So that's good.
That is good.
Right now.
Nobody died.
Currently, today, I was not. Yes. Cool. Yeah, how have you been, dude?
Good, dude. I finished my training. I'm officially a manager now.
Nice.
That's been fun.
They gave you a whistle?
They didn't give me a whistle, but they gave me a key.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I have a key.
So you can unlock the building?
I can unlock parts of the building.
Can you unlock the front door?
No.
Okay.
But I can unlock the office and the liquor room.
Can you unlock the side door that gets you into the area where they shoot the golf balls?
That was already unlocked.
So you can just walk around?
It's open.
So you just don't need a key to get into Topgolf?
There's no wall there.
Yeah, so you don't need the key to get into Topgolf?
You do, because the other doors are locked, but
you
can walk to the bays.
Okay.
It's not a very secure building.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, it doesn't seem very secure. But, yeah, so you have a key, man.
I have a key now.
That's good.
I spent 2 days as a manager guy. It was fun. Nice. I like it so far, but I need better shoes. My feet fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's been good.
That's good,
I'm
man.
having a good time. I
I'm
banged
happy
out
for you.
6 episodes in 4 days for our specials.
You did.
So if you haven't already watched them, go fucking watch them because I worked really hard on them.
Wampadu,
or listen to them on Spotify and Apple Music.
Wampadu, Easter Bunny. And,
damn, yeah. Wampadu, Easter Bunny, Platypus, and Easter.
Yeah.
Wampadu and Easter and the Easter Bunny are new to this year for YouTube.
Yeah.
But the other last year's episodes also went up on Spotify this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I put a lot of work into those.
Yep.
So go watch them or listen to them because your boy turned his brain into spaghetti for y'all.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
So I don't have paranormal news.
No.
But we have podcast news.
Yeah. We got good things sent to us.
We officially have
We got gifts.
a sponsor.
Yeah.
So, you want to pull them up?
Oh, yeah. We'll go through this at the end, too, when there's more people, but...
Shit. Fuck. Fucking shit piss. We didn't think this ahead, and they're all stuck together.
No, we did.
You take those and show them off on your side.
All right,
I got
cool.
these on my side.
Yeah, so this is Rustic Supply
Hey, check out
Company.
Rustic Supply Co.
Yeah.
They make cool shit.
They make all cool things. So these are for hanging bananas or oranges.
Your
as long as you don't
underwear.
mind. Yeah, if you want to put it.
If you find cryptid pelts.
Yeah, or cryptid pelts,
Yeah, so
specifically.
it's hard to see on camera, but this is Mothman and the Flatwoods Monster hanging out. I got a shark, because there are sharks that are cryptids.
Yeah.
But he's cool. We got Mothman over there.
Oh, yeah. Quality items.
These are,
They're actually really nice.
Really nice.
Yeah.
They're hefty. They look like they're built to last, and I am excited to hang things off of them. So, the cool things are, we're going to keep some of these because we want them.
Yeah.
But we're also going to be giving a bunch of these away because we're going to be getting these every once in a while, and when we get them, we're going to give them all to you guys. So, stick around, stay tuned, pay attention, because we will be doing giveaways from Rustic Supply Co. pretty regularly now.
Yeah.
So, stick around for the end of the episode, and we will tell you about our first giveaway.
Yeah.
But
And
until
I'm
then,
going to post a quick link, too. To get to
go
their
check them
stuff.
out. They are on Etsy. They ship everywhere in the U.S., I believe. Except for your house, because they don't like you, dude.
Now they hate me. No,
I was talking to that guy.
Oh, wait, yeah, they did go to my house.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to him.
Oh, yeah,
You,
him.
there, with the dirty butt. Go wipe.
Yeah.
So. All right, Charlie, you going to post this link or not?
I am. Hold on.
There it
Link.
is. All right, yeah, go follow that link. Go check out Rustic Supply Co. Tell them we sent you. Just because it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to talk about gargoyles?
Yeah, we can talk about gargoyles.
Let's talk about gargoyles.
Yeah.
So
you go. You
I'm gonna
sew
let you
first.
start.
You sew first. No, you always sew first, and then I say, well, hold on a second there, buddy. So you go ahead. You
we
start.
have a formula. We
Yeah.
become that predictable.
Yes.
So gargoyles come from the French word that means throat, which actually I think also becomes where gargle comes from.
Is it?
Because isn't it like gargle?
Maybe. A gargoyle.
Yeah.
Throat or gullet. Yeah.
Yeah. So they come from the French word that means throat, but
Yeah.
they've been around officially since like the 4th century BC. But that back then they were seen in like ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, ancient China, all that. They were not as grotesque monstery as they were in like when we think of gargoyles. Back then they were more like lion heads and jackal heads, alligator heads, dragon
Animal
heads, things like
things.
that. They were just more animal things, and they were used as drain spouts to keep water specifically from running down the sides of their brick buildings because they would ebb and eat away.
It'd eat
at
through the walls.
Yes, they would eat away at the stone and the mortar and all that kind of stuff. So you make these statues that spit water out far enough away from the building that it just kind of cascades down and it doesn't hurt your stonework.
Yeah.
So
they decided, like, we have to find something that diverts water away. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, hey, let's make them cool. And then from cool, they were like, okay, let's make them kind of spiritual.
Yep. And
so they often had, like, symbolic or protective beings. So, like, in ancient Egypt, they used, like, statue heads of gods or alligators or all kinds of cool stuff like that. Or crocodiles. Yeah. Right? Nile crocodile?
Crocodile, yeah. China had a lot of dragon heads as gargoyles. And like that. So,
but they weren't technically gargoyles yet.
Actual gargoyle is the name of the spout.
Yeah, but that word wasn't created yet.
Well, yeah, they were water spout things.
Yeah.
And then in the 12th century is when they really became what we think of gargoyles today. That's when they're in the French. Holy crap. French, like, Gothic era.
Yeah.
That architecture style, that's when they became these demonic-looking, gross, monstrous things.
Yeah, so there are 2 types of them, actually. So there's gargoyles.
Yes.
Right, which are functional.
Yes, those have a spout.
And then there's grotesques.
Yeah.
Which are decorative only.
Yes, they don't actually do anything.
But yeah, so gargoyle, like you said, means throat or gullet. So water flows through it, right? And it was famously known from like the Notre Dame Cathedral. A lot of these earlier cathedrals used gargoyles to not only channel rainwater away, but they symbolized the outside of the church being full of evil.
Yes.
Right? And then when you went inside the church, it was all safe.
Yeah.
It was salvation and safety. So on the outside of the walls, they put things that they were trying to keep out.
Right.
Right? And it was like a symbolism to like scare away evil, but also a visual warning to show the population like, hey, outside of this holy area, it is just an evil world. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So that's why a lot of churches adopted the idea of putting gargoyles on their stuff.
Right.
Right? So once again, gargoyle spits water, grotesques, decorative only. Right. They used a mix of both of them.
They're just statues.
Yeah, just statues.
Yeah.
Yeah. But artists had a lot of freedom in it, so a lot of the gargoyle carvings were very bizarre, sometimes humorous, sometimes obscene.
Right.
It was really adding like flavor to buildings, I guess. So they just kind of looked like they went from crazy monsters to weird looking people to flying dragon heads to all kinds of stuff.
Before mass production, they were like snowflakes. No two gargoyles really were exactly the same because they would just be made custom for buildings like that, which is really cool to me.
Yeah. So there's a French legend.
Yes.
Attached to these.
The legend of Saint Romanus.
Yeah. Do you want to dive into it?
No, go for it.
Okay, cool.
I know you're excited about this.
Yeah, so it's a story from Rowan. A dragon called La Gargoyle. Gargoyle?
I'm going to make
Gargoyle.
Say it to you.
Gargoyle. I think it's Gargoyle.
French,
but
right?
like French. Like Gargoyle. Gargoyle.
Spell it.
G-A-R.
Is it La or Le?
La.
G-A-R.
G-O-U.
G-O-U.
I-L-L-E.
I-L-L-E. The gargoyle. And this is what it sounds like.
La gargouille.
La gargouille.
Yeah.
Yeah.
La gargouille.
Yeah.
It's like saying gargoyle while you throw up.
Yeah, it's got a little, yeah. La gargouille.
La gargouille.
Yeah. It's a lot of French words.
It's one of those
like
gargoyles.
Yeah.
Gargoyle.
But different rumors said that he either breathed fire or breathed water, and it flooded land or burned down the land. The rumors are kind of like
Maybe it did both.
Maybe it did both. But it was defeated by Saint Romanus, right? And basically they tried burning the body of this dragon, and it just charred up. And it just charred up because it was so used to being in fire and terrible conditions all the time, and it just turned to stone pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So its head was mounted on a building, and which is the inspiration for gargoyles.
Yes, it was mounted as a warning to other evil.
Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of like the legend that helped inspire a lot of gargoyle creations.
It makes me wonder though, do you think that they told this legend after gargoyles became a thing to explain gargoyles, or do you think that they told this legend and then started making gargoyles?
So what I
couldn't find a correlation.
Noticed a lot when I was looking up gargoyle stories.
Yeah,
most of them are stories that came up a few hundred years after the gargoyles were actually placed on the buildings.
So it's probably they started making gargoyles. And then they were like, yo, we need to explain this shit because we got to stop making weird titty monsters.
It wasn't even that. It was just people that were, they'd look at these crazy buildings, right, with these evil statues on them, right? And they're like, why is that here, And they would look at it and the rumors would spread like, oh, it's a monster that turns to this at the night and kills people, or it does this, this, and this. And it's more of like an explanation of why these things were here. Mm-hmm. Because 300 years after these things were placed, some of these buildings still had the same gargoyles on them.
Right.
Right. And so the stories of why they were there was just
and it's cool to
lost,
when we move into like even the modern times, that one, gargoyles are still around. Like they are still put on buildings and stuff like that. And two, that generally speaking, in media of any kind, gargoyles are good guys.
Generally, yeah.
You notice that? Like,
well, they're protectors.
You look at the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. He's got the three gargoyle buddies. You look at the freaking Gargoyle show. What was that? That was a Disney show, wasn't it?
The animated one?
Yeah. Or was that Cartoon Network? I don't remember.
I forget.
Yeah, there was a gargoyle show where they were like superheroes. Very often they're depicted as protectors and defenders and heroes and stuff, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So and that followed, like that idea. Yeah. Followed from, I think it was like the 1600s forward. Yeah. Right. So there's a bunch of different theories that came up about them at the time period, right? So stone guardians was one. Gargoyles are spiritual protectors placed intentionally to guard sacred spaces. Right. Some believe they can animate under certain conditions. That was the first idea of them like becoming. Right.
Because that even dates back. You think of like ancient China and ancient Japan. Yeah. With the dragon statues and all that kind of stuff, they put those on buildings too to wick off water. Yeah. And they also thought that they would come to life. So yeah, similar. It's just like a rename of the same story. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they added different conditions for a lot of these things too, of like what would make it come to life later on, But yeah, it was very area specific, culturally specific, and mainly just creative. Somebody would come up with the story and would roll with it. Right. Because a lot of these stories came hundreds of years after the statues were placed. Right. As far as we know. Right. Right. There was other theories that came about. So the petrified beings. Okay. Which the demons that landed on the church and the church's holy power turned them in stone. Yeah, or the dragon. Yeah, that they killed. Yeah, and turned to stone and put on top of the church. Right. So there's some people that would say that the gargoyles were once living creatures turned to stone, only move at night during storms, or ties to global like living statue legends. Right. And those theories actually existed in like ancient Egypt too. Right. Like. Whenever you had scary looking statues like this that were just of monsters or demonic beings, people wanted to figure out like what their purpose was, why they were here. And they came up with shit like this.
Interdimensional being, or interdimensional watchers was another one. So not carvings, but anchors. So entities observing humanity from another plane. Buildings acted as perches between worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like they would put these statues up and they would be like a gateway for, I guess, other dimensional beings to watch us and spectate us and things like that.
Cool.
Seems a little crazy, but it's cool.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some others I don't even want to go over, but misidentified cryptids too.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people thought that the gargoyles were like linked to like Mothman sightings and shit like that. So when they saw like the idea of gargoyles coming to life, right? They were like, "Oh, that's not a gargoyle that you saw.
That's not Mothman you saw. It was a gargoyle."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like so, there's like
I
that.
don't know if I like that one.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just some weirdness that was happening with like the idea of the stories behind them.
Yeah.
The problem is they're very specific.
Right.
So going through like a category of gargoyle, it's kind of there's not really one explanation you can throw at any of them to describe everything. So, but yeah,
they're fucking cool though.
They are cool.
My dad used to collect gargoyles when I was a kid.
Yeah, my parents have a gargoyle at their house.
Like
they had it inside and they thought it was bringing them bad luck, so they moved it outside.
No, jeez, okay.
Yeah, and it's been outside forever.
We need a gargoyle.
Ever since. Yeah.
You should put it on this corner.
Well, you are supposed to put them outside.
Yeah, put it on this corner of your room. It'd be on the DNR corner.
It could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is an outside wall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, put it right there.
It'd be good.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, get a gargoyle.
I'm going to get a gargoyle and put it on my deck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's take a quick break, and then Joe's going to tell us how to fight gargoyles.
Yes. Karate, obviously.
We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Welcome back, Mudpuppies. We missed you.
Yes.
So, Charlie, how would you fight a gargoyle?
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, they're good guys.
They're good guys, man. But,
imagine a rogue gargoyle.
Alright, well, they're normally only active during the daytime. I mean, nighttime. Yeah. Or during storms and stuff. So I would just climb to the roof during the daytime and take a sledgehammer to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, problem solved.
There's no Yeah, there's absolutely no
So
problem.
in this
with that.
instance, how would you handle a fight if, like, let's say again, Gargoyle goes rogue, you're walking through France in the
Depends on
middle
the
of the night,
gargoyle.
and this thing attacks you?
Depends on the gargoyle because they're all different. There's small ones that
it's
are
hard to
like
prepare
all
for this.
demony. There's one giant one. There's like, some of them are dragons.
Some of them are like giraffe monsters.
Yeah, you know,
with
it's
penises.
it's kind of it's kind of like just you know, you gotta just figure out what you get when you get it. You know, it's like you're going into like a like one of those like random gladiator matches that you don't know what's gonna happen, and then they bring a lion out, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta fight a lion now. I wasn't aware I had to fight a lion.
So how would you fight a lion?
Stick, I think.
Yeah.
Long stick. That seems how they do it in the movies.
Yeah.
Like long stick, and then he dives at you, and then like the lion's on top of me, and then you just see me push it over because the stick
went in it.
The stick impaled him.
We all think you're dead, but you
Yeah.
push the stick. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think I could use the same strategy for pretty much any gargoyle too. You know?
But now, do they stay stone when they come to life?
Maybe.
Or do they become flesh and bone?
I think it depends on the legend. Depends on the creature. Because I know, like, there was one I looked up where, like, people would have to... There was, like, a blood thing you could do to, like, summon it, and you'd have to, like, bleed on the gargoyle. Like, make, like, a blood offering, and it would, like, be your protector.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I don't think that one stays stone.
No.
So, I don't know, man. It's literally, there's about 500 legends that go with gargoyles. But my main thing is with the classic gargoyle that we're thinking about, it was just a decorative thing.
Yeah.
It was a warding sign for churches, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ones that we're thinking about, Gothic churches and shit. It was a warning sign saying the outside of the church is an evil place, inside is safe.
So
right?
sledgehammer.
Yeah, sledgehammer. Yeah. So yeah, no, they made them scary for that specific reason.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, yeah, you could probably beat up a gargoyle pretty well then.
Yeah. Where on the Mohs scale does a gargoyle fall? I don't know.
On the what scale?
It's probably some rock scale. She likes rocks.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. No idea. But yeah, dude. I don't know. I if I could, I wouldn't fight a gargoyle.
Don't fight the gargoyles. They're good guys.
Yeah.
They're nice. We like them.
But if I had to plan for fighting a gargoyle, I'd definitely just walk up to it during the day with a sledgehammer.
And take it out.
Yeah, and take it out. There we go. Sorry, I was hearing a slight echo. My headphones.
Oh, your headphones were still on?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. But, yeah, no. Break that thing with a sledgehammer. Problem solved.
Cool.
No issue. Yeah. How would you fight a gargoyle? Same shit?
You said it, dude. You take it out with a sledgehammer.
The only problem is, like,
guys.
security
I don't want to fight them.
of climbing onto a Gothic church's roof in the middle of the daytime.
Well, there was that one guy that climbed Trump Tower. Was it Trump Tower?
Yeah.
With fucking suction cups?
I feel like I would get in a lot more trouble from climbing, like, a historic, like, 1,000-year-old church than you would get for climbing the outside of Trump Tower. Like, the outside of Trump Tower, you probably go to, like, jail or something. If I was climbing a historic site like that, I'd probably get, like, prison. And, especially if I took a sledgehammer to the gargoyle that's also probably 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
On top of it. So it's really just, you're fighting the legal system at that point. Like, are you fighting the gargoyle or are you fighting the legal system?
You're fighting the man.
Yeah, you're fighting the man, dude. But,
all right.
Yeah.
I think that's about it for gargoyles. There's not much else to talk about with them.
No.
They're fucking cool, though.
It's cool. Dude, I really like how they just made these... The church rarely gives artists, like, free will to just,
do whatever they want.
Do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Make absolutely wild shit on the outside of these churches. And this time period specifically, they were just like, go ahead.
Just do it, man.
And they literally made them all kinds of weird. It's the demonic. Sometimes they were like grotesque. Sometimes they were like sexual. Like, it was just, free range art.
Yeah.
And they all had like the same Gothic style. And they just look cool. But most of the legends that we hear about them are just explanations from 300 years after they got placed on that building, and they were trying to figure out why they were there afterwards because nobody wrote it down. But gargoyles are there for water mitigation.
Yeah.
And symbolism. That's it.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. Cool stories. Cool.
Cool.
Sweet. All right. Want to talk about our sponsor stuff again?
Let's talk about our giveaway.
Yes.
So, we'll give you the two that we're giving away.
Yeah.
That one. And this one. So we are giving away some of our cool stuff from Rustic Supply Co.
Yeah. It's a thing that you can hang oranges on.
A lot more than oranges, but you can hang whatever you want on.
Yeah, you can hang...
So Charlie, tell them what they got to do and how they're going to win.
Okay, so for these guys right here, all you have to do is be a subscriber on our Twitch, right? And you get automatic entries into the raffle for it.
Subscribe to Twitch, and
Yeah.
we'll pull you at the end of the month.
And it helps us out because we get money for that, and we put that towards other DNR fun stuff, like our trips coming up.
Mm-hmm. And it's super simple to subscribe. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you get a free subscription for a month anyway.
Yeah.
So cash that in, get that subscription. At the end of the month, we'll pull your name and you win.
Yeah. And if you don't want to do that, and you just want to pick out something cool from the store, I'll put the link right there. You can check them out. Rustic Supply Company.
Yeah, go check
They
them
made
out.
this stuff for us. There's just some stuff we're keeping, obviously.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Probably keep something every time they send us stuff.
Probably, yeah.
But
we're gonna share. We're gonna share.
we are going to share. We're planning on doing, now that we're going to be getting fun stuff, we're going to be doing giveaways a lot more often finally for you guys. We finally feel like we can give back some. So we're going to be doing giveaways through our subscriber chat in the Discord, doing giveaways for our YouTube subscribers, giving giveaways through Instagram, giveaways through Facebook. So this is just the first.
Yeah.
And the first one is for you guys here on Twitch because you are our first friends.
Yeah.
So if you subscribe to our Twitch, that's an entry. And we'll be pulling from them.
Cool.
At the end of the month.
Yeah.
So I think the first episode of May, we will announce a winner.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah.
And with that being said, go like, follow, and everything else everywhere else. Check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, or on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. Check us out. Go check out our store on Fourth Wall. We sell a bunch of cool stuff. Go check out our... That's it.
Yeah.
If you want to donate to the podcast and help us out without buying anything, you can send us as little as $1 to our coffee.
If you want to subscribe to the podcast without buying anything, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can just go ahead and get a free subscription, and that gives us Jeff Bezos' money.
Yes.
And you don't have to pay a dime.
Yes.
And it helps us out.
Join our Discord. It's the only place we take requests.
Yeah.
I also put up polls and a bunch of other stuff. Speaking of polls, you blew me out of the fucking water.
What?
Peeps versus peanut butter.
I know.
It was 8-1.
Who... I don't know why you thought people would think that Peeps are better than Reese's Peanut Butter Cup eggs. Nobody actually likes Peeps besides you.
I had Peeps last night.
Okay.
I bought them on clearance.
But do you understand now that you're the only person that likes Peeps?
I'm the only person that's right, apparently, in our Discord.
No, that's terribly, terribly wrong. You should not like Peeps. You should get them for Easter and be like, wow, cool, Peeps.
If anybody has Peeps they don't want, you can send them to us and I'll eat them.
He likes stale Peeps.
They're good!
Ugh. Alright.
You're missing out.
He intentionally makes his Peeps stale.
They could crunchy on the outside.
Yeah, that's called being stale. It's like when you leave your bread out and you're like, it gets crunchy on the outside.
That's how you make croutons for real.
I thought it was toasted for croutons.
You let it stale and then you toast it.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm not eat croutons anymore.
You ever had crostini? It's also stale bread.
Nope. I don't eat stale things like that. You do.
It's what it is, Charlie.
I know. You eat stale things. I get it. It's okay. That's what you're like.
Oh,
something you
ever
do.
had real meatballs?
Yeah.
It's got stale bread in it. That's how it should be.
Does it have to be stale bread?
It's the way it's supposed to be. It's the old world way. You have your stale bread, you soak it in milk, you squeeze out the milk and make breadcrumbs out of it, and then you fucking meatball it.
You know, surpringly, I don't like eating like I live in the 1820s.
There's some really good food from the 1820s.
I'm sure there is, but I can guarantee in that 200-year time period, they made food better.
Listen, I can make you some fucking poor people hillbilly Italian food that you'll be in love with.
I'd rather just enjoy the good Italian food. Marshmallow should be in produce aisle.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What? I digress. Join our Discord. I put up fun polls. It's the only place to take requests. You get a sneak peek at our schedule every month.
Yeah.
It's cool. We share pictures, memes, and all that other fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real meatballs have.
Yeah, they do.
Real meatballs have.
They have.
Charlie.
Real meatballs have. They have. Oh, man.
You know what else? They have.
What? They have.
They have.
Yeah.
Those real meatballs. They
Those
do.
meatballs.
They really have.
Nice.
I love when my real meatballs have.
Yep.
It's my favorite part of the meatballs.
Your mom uses store-bought meatballs.
No, follow me on Letterboxd if you like movies. Follow me on Goodreads if you like books. I have DNR lists for both of them.
If you don't like reading, follow me. I won't post any books.
And that's about it for this one.
Yeah.
Follow and subscribe and all that, like I said already. And we'll see you in the next one when we find out what real meatballs have.
They do have.
They do.
They do have. That's what they have.
Podcast that talks to you all about meatballs.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.